All right, let's take a little time to find out what's trending left. We start with a woman named Sarah. Sarah is a therapist whose job is to spend several sessions evaluating whether confused individuals really should undergo gender surgery. The problem is, Sarah doesn't believe in helping patients understand the permanent consequences. So as a licensed doctor, she gives her patients the green light on day number 1.
What I recommend is that you do the minimal amount of time necessary for capturing the information that you need. And the reason, again, goes back to reducing barriers for transgender, nonconforming, non-binary, and diverse folks so that they can move forward as quickly as they can into their next step. When we're saying we have to see them for multiple sessions, that sets up continuous barriers and really perpetuates the system that trans, non-binary, and gender diverse folks need to be put to the test to prove who they are and what they need. And we're not in the service of doing that typically. So the less sessions, the better. I typically will do the session in one visit.
That's an amazing statement from a supposed medical expert who basically admits she wants all transgender surgeries fast-tracked. And it makes sense in the society we have today because apathy is all we are able to do. Now, speaking of all this being perfectly normal, of course, I want to show you the latest video of a drag show being touted as family-friendly. For those of you able to see this, we have a drag queen seductively dancing, I guess, on stage outside an IPIC movie theater with children directly in front of it. Now, the man is seductively playing to the crowd with his legs spread wide open, showing off his crotch for all the children to enjoy again at a family-friendly event. Run, little boy, run. I mean, seriously, people. You don't see anything wrong with a grown man sexually dancing in front of little children? No? Nothing? Everything's fine with that? That's family friendly? That's where we are in society? That's okay? That's what we like now? If you think that one was bad, here's another drag show, because I guess this is what we do have. Some would still call this family friendly, and it happens every third Saturday. In the video, you will clearly see a little girl, maybe who's about 4 years old, staring at the man dancing to a rap song about a woman's, the lower area of a woman. Now, we can't play the actual music because it is very, very, very inappropriate, but this is all becoming the norm. There's men dressed as women lifting up their skirts and collecting money as little girls and boys look on from just a few feet away. Again, I say this is where we're at. Depravity everywhere. Meanwhile, when it comes to craving attention by sporting green and purple hair, those are the colors of choice today, broadcasting that you're very queer and non-binary, that's your business, okay? But when you use all that to force your thinking onto students and then brag about beating down the ones that don't agree with you, newsflash, it's not the flex you think it is. But wait until you hear who she blamed all of this bigotry on. This is just yet another person molding the future of our country.
I am very queer. I am non-binary and I use they, them pronouns, and my students know this. But yesterday, I had some boys asking about it and I explained to them, like, here's how you use it, here's an example. We use it in the English language all the time. And they respond with, well, if you're a man, then I can be a woman. And so I looked at him and I said, okay, do you want me to use she, her pronouns for you? And he goes, no. And I responded with, okay, so you're just saying that to hurt my feelings then? And he goes, oh, what? No. Like, yes, you are. You're being a bully. You're being transphobic. And the boys around him kept saying the same stuff. Eventually I shut it down, but how am I supposed to call parents about this behavior when they're probably the people that they learned it from?
Oh, okay. So now we have a teacher who is getting bullied in her eyes by teenage boys, and you're not going to be an adult and address the parents because, oh no, those same parents are probably the big bullies too. Why do these people continue to blame everyone around them for all of their own mental issues? Now, finally, we're going to end with a video by a teacher for teachers. As if we were not focused on the rainbow mafia enough in public schools, now we have lists being put out to make classrooms more inclusive for LGBT students. It makes sense that you need to have a more welcoming environment for your sexual preferences to learn, fractions and other mathematical equations, right? Watch this nonsense.
Here are 5 things you can do to make spaces more inclusive for LGBTQ plus students this year. 1. Use inclusive non-gendered language such as students or folks to address your class. 2. Group and sort students in ways that do not rely on gender. 3. Affirm pronouns by creating a school or classroom climate where pronouns are respected. What I did for the start of the school year is I created the door sign right here with my pronouns. I also introduced myself with my pronouns. As soon as the teachers saw that in here, they wanted me to create one for them, and they proudly show it. 4. Display images that reflect LGBTQ plus people and the full spectrum of gender expression. 5. Use teachable moments to not only stop anti-LGBTQ plus behavior, but to inform educators about LGBTQ plus terminology, history, and current events.
7. Teach actual subject that you are supposed to be teaching the students. 8. Stop the strobe lights because you may give someone a seizure. 9. Just stop altogether. Sounds good enough for me. Now, thankfully, that's going to wrap up this segment. More craziness next time.